Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is kcosmic here, and today we are going to be talking about Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and we're going to be talking about Season 3, because it is a big topic on Twitter right now, and everyone is riling up and being mad at Treyarch, and I think it's something worth talking about. First of all, I'm going to go over all the Season 3 content that we should be expecting until Season 3 Reloaded, so let's just kind of get right into it. For the multiplayer side of things, we're going to be getting 4 new multiplayer maps. As zombie players don't care too much about that, but that should be coming onto Onslaught at some point, so that is quite good for us. We also have a few new game modes for multiplayer, a new kill streak that we'll get to use in zombies as well. I'm not sure if they'll add it in as soon as it releases to zombies, but it should be released some point around then. Then we have some Warzone map update stuff, which we don't really care about, but let's move on to the stuff that we do care about, and that is going to be Outbreak, the new field upgrade, and some of the weapons we're going to be getting. First of all, with Outbreak, we're going to be getting a new Outbreak map called Duga, and then we're also going to be getting a new field upgrade called Toxic Growth. We're also going to be getting some new weapons. One of the weapons that stand out are the PPSH. Obviously, we know that if you're a zombies player, you'll know the PPSH. We all remember Go Rod, and then Doris, obviously. It is a fan favorite gun. Now, though people are complaining about is that it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of zombies content for zombie players. And to an extent, that is very true. The actual new stuff we're getting for zombies is going to be the new Outbreak map and field upgrade. The PPSH and all the other weapons as well, you could class as new content, but honestly, I do not believe weapons matter so much to the zombie game mode. Sure, they're fun to play around with for whatever reason, but eventually you kind of realize, oh wait, they're kind of like the exact other weapon in this game as well. So even though the weapons are fun to use at first, they're oftentimes really not that good. I think the main issue people have with this little roadmap is the fact that there's not a new zombie map on it, and this could be for a number of reasons. There's so many confirmed leaks saying that there should be a map coming out in Season 3, and it's going to be in Berlin. It's probably going to be connected to Kino der Toten as well, but it's just not in here. So my best guess would be it would be coming with Season 3 Reloaded. I think that's the only way they can kind of get away with this. There's also no Outbreak Easter egg on this either, which again, they should be adding into Season 3. One of the developers says they're working really hard on actually making the Easter egg, so I would expect that to be coming out with Season 3 Reloaded as well. I think right now it's just such a dry period in zombies, and comparing it to past games is not that great for the community. And the thing is we got exactly what we wanted. With Black Ops 4, we got quantity over quality, and then we really wanted to go back to more quality maps like D Machine and Firebase Z and a better engine, and we're getting less of that now. We're getting less actual maps, and you could argue that the BO4 maps in a lot of ways are better than obviously the Black Ops Cold War maps, but since they're stuck on that engine, they just weren't that fun to play on. With Cold War, it is the polar opposite, and we're getting maps that we overall enjoy. Some people won't enjoy maps, that's just the way the world works. Not everyone's going to love everything that a company produces, but I think it is safe to say that at least 60% of the player base or so are really enjoying the game. It's just that the core gameplay, we don't get a lot of it. We only have 2 real zombie maps, and Onslaught is a great game mode as well, I have to say. I really like Onslaught, but Onslaught again isn't enough to hold over the player base. Along with this, it's only on PlayStation. So a good half of the community, maybe even more, would have access to it. It's also said that we'll be getting a new zombie game mode later in the future as well. It's going to be a limited time event mode, just like we kind of seen with Cranked. And honestly, that will be good as well, but it just seems so quiet right now for the zombie community, and I think every game have had this. If we even look back to Black Ops 3, the wait between Zetsubo and Gorod was a nightmare. I remember back then when I wasn't doing YouTube, and I thought I was just going to stop playing the game mode because they weren't adding anything new in. The community was quite dead. We found ways to keep the community going through custom maps and going back to older games and all that type of stuff, but at the same time it was just so dry, and it feels like it's just going to keep being like that, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And even if Treyarch can manage to release lots of maps, I think we're always going to have at some point this feeling of just content being dry, which sucks to say, but I believe that's just the society we live in right now. We consume content so fast, and a lot faster than we would before. Looking back to Black Ops 2 and 3, back then we'd have mostly the 4 DLC maps, and the same with Black Ops 4. But with Black Ops 4 we got a lot more. Games like Fortnite came out where they were adding updates every week, and the zombie community wanted a slice of that, but Treyarch just can't handle it, I don't think. They can try their hardest, but for whatever reason, their budget's not big enough and it doesn't really make too much sense. In no way am I blaming the developers for the lack of content for the core zombie experience, because they're doing a fantastic job. The Machine and Firebase Sea are amazing maps. They remind me of the days of Black Ops 3 where people really just gathered together to play and enjoy the maps. I don't even care about the Easter eggs being super simple and easy and getting solved in like an hour. I think that's a much better way to handle maps so more people can actually do them. But if they're going less hard on detail and Easter egg length, I feel like we should have a somewhat increased amount of maps. And we have to remember as well is that they're making this game in a pandemic, which I fully respect. I respect every developer working hard at home on this game. And part of me feels like it's probably not all their fault. I think Activision might play a hand in this somewhat. I don't know how it kind of benefits them. But I feel like they might be somewhat involved. I know that's a go-to complaint because I don't like blaming developers. Even back in the day where games like World War II and then Infinite Warfare, the core games I really enjoyed. And anything the developers that they would do that people didn't really enjoy, I don't like blaming them. Unless it's warranted, unless it's things like that weird glitch that banned people. It's okay to blame them then because that is an actual issue. That is a big problem. And with Black Ops 4 as well, the engine not being the best, that is something that was worth mentioning. And the HUD. Should it have went that far to the extent where they really cancelled the whole storyline because of it? Probably not. That was probably a bit too far. But at the same time, the community kind of got their point across that they didn't really like chaos. I don't know, the whole point in this video is what I'm saying is that even though things are dry, this is a natural part of the community and this is just something that is bound to happen every now and again. Even with games like Black Ops 3, people will forget that there were dry periods. And my god, were there dry periods. But I do think the zombie game mode is in a good spot right now. It's not on a bad engine or anything like that. The game feels good. The maps it has already in it are fun. It's just that we need more content. And honestly, it's kind of getting to the point now where I'm kind of struggling to make videos. I don't really know what to talk about. I'm going to be going back to older games and making videos about them. But it's just kind of quiet and I hope we get a surprise zombie map. I hope the PPSH is good as well. I hope the new field upgrade is good and I hope the little additions they're going to be making to Outbreak and the Easter egg when they eventually add it in are good as well. It's just kind of quiet. And honestly, it's kind of a good and a bad thing because, well, the bad thing is when there's no new content that people are going to be, you know, not playing the game. And Activision will probably see this and be like, okay, let's give them less funding. I don't know how their whole methods work. But on the other hand, it gives Zombies players somewhat of a break from maps, so when we do get maps, we can really enjoy them. This was the problem back in the day when we had Exo Zombies, Black Ops 3 Zombies, Infinite Warfare Zombies, World War II Zombies, and then obviously Black Ops 4 Zombies. We were really dried out, and overall we just didn't enjoy it. It got to the point where it felt like it was too much for some reason. I don't know why, but I definitely felt it as well. I think Zombies is definitely one of them game modes that more is less. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. I just hope everyone is having fun with the game. If you're not, just hold out. We'll get content soon, hopefully. I hope Season 3 has some surprises for us. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this little video. I just wanted to make a little, somewhat not really a rant, but just talking about Cold War Zombies and where it is right now and how it's kind of quiet. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember to leave a like, subscribe if you aren't already to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.